Hey everybody, how you doing? Matt Panier along with John Viscardo here at the 2016 PRI show. We're just about ready to wrap things up. So much cool stuff here at the PRI show. John, what are some of the things that you've seen?
Seen amazing new products here. There's a super modified over at the American Racer booth I want to show you. And along the way, there's some really killer products that I've never seen before.
Let's go take a look. We're here with Pat from Fox Shocks, and you guys have three beautiful dirt cars in your booth. Tell me about them.
Yeah, so we've got a couple of the UMP modifieds and then a World of Outlaw late model. Real fortunate. These guys are on the product and running really well.
We have Willie Krupp here from Willie's Carburetors. And Willie, tell me about what you guys introduced here with the rollover plate.
Well, it's a plate that goes in between the meter and block and the main body, and what it does is it retains all the fuel inside the float bowl in case a racer was to ever wreck, roll over. That's the primary source for all these fires on the racetrack, which is hurting our racers. This device here, it's an inexpensive piece, and it takes about 5 minutes to put into anybody's carburetor. It's got 7 discs in it that is going to shut off every atmospheric source going to the carburetor. As we rotate this thing, you'll see how the discs are going to shut off all the sources for fuel. Now, whenever it's back up in the upright position, the carburetor is going to function normally, and the carburetor will never know that this device is even in there. It doesn't change the tune-up, the operation of the carburetor whatsoever. This is installed between the meter and block and the main body on each end of the carburetor, and that will shut off all the fuel sources from the upside down fuel coming out of the flow bowl.
Yeah, Nick Hoffman, he's no slouch. That guy in the front there, of course, Billy Moyer as well, and Brian Shaw.
Yeah, for sure. And, Junior being on the product there is fantastic for us. And Nicky's a stud, and Brian Shaw's coming along.
And a new paint scheme for him, too, by the way.
Yeah, very exciting. A lot of people came over pretty amazed that he finally changed up his colors.
Yeah. Now tell me about the product here.
Well, so, we've got our bolt base valve on all the modifieds, and then on Junior's car there, we're double adjustable all the way around.
So you guys, you have the shocks, you have the process and the knowledge to help these guys get going, right?
Yeah, for sure. And, we rely on them for some, real critical feedback, and then we just put it to work.
All right, thanks. Booth looks awesome. And not only do we have the rollover plate, Willie, but we also have something else that you guys are introducing here at PRI.
Yes, this is our what we call our Super Bowl. It replaces the Holley float bowl. Under wide open throttle operations, this is exactly what it looks like inside your bowl. When you enter a corner, we've got a jet on each side of the center line of this bowl, and you're going to see how the liquid shifts all to the side of the G-force. What it does is it uncovers the jets on the left side of the engine. The whole left side of the engine will go into a misfire and go way lean and can damage the pistons, and it also takes the power away from the left side of the engine. We can't control the liquid in the bowl with G-forces. The way the Super Bowl works, we're filling up a center cavity here, 100% full of liquid. We're overfilling it, purposely spilling it into the exit cavity. So now we've got a system here with no air in it. There's the jets, power valves, and air. Now we enter a corner. The jets, power valves, they all stay the same amount of liquid. All 8 cylinders will run the same mixture through all the corner. Never before has there been a system like this here. There's no float, no needle and seat, no moving parts in your carburetor anymore, no need for a fuel pressure regulator. It allows the motor to have so much more throttle response in the corner and also on restarts. And it is about as maintenance-free as a racing carburetor could ever be.
Ladies and gentlemen, John Viscardo is getting into racing. Circle Track GM. We'll see if we can fit him in here. Oh, I'm getting too old for this. Oh, man. These cars are supposed to be for old people. The inside view of a Legend car. So this is a really nice beginner class, the Legend cars. What's really nice about INEX is that they sanction across the country, across the world. You could take this car and you could race at a whole bunch of different racetracks, asphalt, dirt, road courses. They sanction just a little bit of everything. Some of the younger drivers get into these things before they start racing super late models or late models. You can really learn a lot about working on race cars and really learn about driving styles as well. And if you're a guy like me, I could use a lot of work, so maybe it would be best if I got one of these. I think we'll work on that. bump stops, bump springs, suspension. RE suspension is all over it.
It's Friesen's dirt modified with Bilstein shocks, Schoenfeld headers, and just a real eye-catcher, really unique look to this dirt modified. And if you know this car at all, you know it wins a lot.
Well, you know, some people are just terrible drivers, and they can't keep all four wheels on the ground. What do we got, Randy? PFC.
Yeah, so anyway, this is a big block modified, Kenny Tremont, Northeast modified. We got our new ZR 94 caliper, radial mount, all aluminum caliper, very stiff product, along with our V3 rotor, 810 floating rotor. And then on the front package here, we've got our 24 caliper. The caliper's a 3-pound, all aluminum caliper, because we're always going after that stiffness. And the thing about dirt racing is that, you know, there's a lot of trail braking that goes on in dirt racing now, you know, a lot of dry, slick tracks. And, you know, we make it to where the guy has, you know, very little effort on the pedal. So he can keep just laying on the pedal, breathing on the pedal, and stay on the throttle to keep that rear end loaded up. So, and the only way to do that is to have the stiffest product in the market.
This is brand new for PRI, and you guys have had tons of people over here looking at it.
Man, I tell you what, PFC's been here from day one, and this is the first year we've had any kind of dirt car in here. And we picked the big block modified, you know, simply because, you know, this is all new technology on the front and rear, and we knew that, you know, nobody else had a big block here. You know, I mean, there's plenty of super late models. There's plenty of modifieds, and so we wanted to bring something in here that was a little different.
Can you reach the pedals there, bud?
Not really.
Hey, say hi.
Hi.
What do you race, Nick?
Quarter midgets.
Quarter midgets. Where do you race?
A Salisbury.
We're here with an amazing super modified New Hampshire car. I believe it runs at Star Speedway, and we're here with the owner, Bobby Weber. Bobby, tell us a bit about this car.
This is a car we got just in the fall of last year, well, this past year. It's a car that Anthony Payne, son of Joey Payne, is going to race at Star Speedway this year when he's 17 years old. He ran a few races for us in one of our other cars this past fall at Star at the end of the year, but this is a whole new car from this year for his rookie year. This is a spec motor class. It's a 603 Chevy crate motor, which it's based on Nisma Super Modified, but obviously you can see we have the 10-inch tires, the American Racers, and we use the spec motors just to keep the cost down, and the American Racer tires do a great job of keeping the cost down for the racer as well.
Fantastic. And first year for this car, correct?
First year for this team with this car, but the amazing story is we had a new car being built just for this show, and it wasn't done, so we had to go out and find a car to get together. This car was actually built 18 years ago for Anthony's father, which I didn't know that when we bought it.
You're kidding me, 18 years ago?
Yes.
And so you just found out after the purchase?
Yeah, it just kind of, the story kind of came together that this car was built for Joey Payne, and now it's kind of ironic that his son is going to be running it at Star in his rookie year.
So this is Bobby Pierce's number 32 car with the AR body on it, dirt late model star of the year, John. And this guy has won a lot of races, and this car attracted a lot of attention here to the AR booth.
It did. Engine setup is really incredible, and you can see why Bobby wins as many races as he does. You can see, if you can get beyond the Hoosier tire there, you can see why it's just immaculate in there and why they've done so well this year. Just a lot of time, money, and effort invested down there.
And you know what's great about Bobby is it's mostly a family affair, right? Like it's him and his dad. It's not a big team. It's not a huge dollar operation, but it's a team that's incredibly successful.
This modified has stopped a lot of people. I saw people coming all week long. They would stop here for like 10, 15 minutes and just stare at it. And it's just a beautiful thing to look at. We
took a picture, and I think this was the one that was retweeted the most, a picture of Bobby Pierce's car here at the AR booth. This is one of the showstoppers of 2016 PRI. And I'm here with Rex Merritt. And Rex, this is essentially a replacement for all of those GM frames that are starting to go away, something to help the builders a little bit that are trying to replace these things.
That is correct. What this is a 68-72 Chevelle replacement frame. And our whole intent on this is to make it easier for the chassis builder. Everything is just exactly like it was in a factory car, with the exception we've already narrowed the cross member up for better radiator clearance. This thing comes as a kit, but we've got indentation marks where you can actually snap this thing together kind of like a model car. There's no performance advantage on this over a salvage yard frame, The biggest advantage of this is just the ease of building it. Normal time for a chassis builder is 10 hours, start from out of the box to what you see here, and this will pull about 6 hours labor out of it.
Shocks, springs, brakes. Well, folks, that'll wrap it up for the 2016 PRI show. Comfortable shoes at PRI. Rule number 1. We hope to see you at the 2017 PRI.